Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you a first-person replay commentary. I played this OD game yesterday, yesterday night. Yeah, I think it was yesterday night. Yesterday? I was hoping to get a recording in, or at least play some games that I could possibly commentate, and I think this one was okay enough. Rather than just watch the game and talk about how to play OD, I kind of want to talk about how to carry properly and how to screw up carrying properly. Like I said, I was playing OD this game, and I know that I think I made an OD video pretty recently. If I youtube.com and I search Purge Plays OD, Purge Plays OD. I'm pretty sure I made one recently, 2 weeks ago. Okay, so yeah, I did make an OD video recently, but I want to talk more about principles of carrying. I'm not gonna watch this whole game in one-time speed. I'm gonna probably jump around a little bit and talk about a couple different aspects of things, but hopefully you guys will get a little bit more extra out of this game compared to other ones that you have watched from me. Okay, so if you watched the last OD game that I recorded, I'll probably make an annotation. You know what? I know I'm lazy. I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys and tell you that I'm going to make an annotation because I'm not going to do it. But if you want to find the video, just go search Purge Plays OD and you should be able to see. If you look through the list, there's going to be one of 2 weeks ago that I recorded. So that'll give you a pretty good overview of the hero. So first things first, again, sorry about the lack of videos. This will be my second upload in a row, but it's actually 10 p.m. right now when I'm recording this, which is way late this is like 8 hours later than I usually post a video. But the problem is that last night I stayed up till about 8 a.m. casting the Eastern Qualifier, and then I went to bed about 8, and I woke up at 3 p.m., and then I had a bunch of stuff to do today. So we have some downtime finally. Broadcast gets started in the next 5 hours, I think, so we have some more time here to relax, but yeah, I just haven't really had time to make videos, unfortunately, so that's why things are a little delayed. I am casting tonight with Blitz. I can't remember which set that I'm covering, but I'm casting the first set, and then I'm analyzing the second one, so I will be on camera for quite a bit tonight if you guys want to tune in. That's, again, twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit, and that's the Eastern International 3 qualifiers. So this is trying to qualify two teams. Well, one team to qualify to play in the International 3. Another team will be qualified to play in a show match, kind of, for the wildcard spots. Like a wildcard spots, they basically will invite 17 teams, and 16 will get to play. So hopefully there isn't a point where 2 teams get disqualified, because that would mess things up a bit. Okay, a little bit about OD. I'm planning to solo this lane against an off-lane solo. If we look at their players, they actually have one guy that's surprisingly not in lane like he should be. Looks like it's going to be a Darkseer jungle or something like that, so this isn't necessarily the best example of a mid. I'm actually going to accelerate this quite a bit because I don't want to focus on my last hitting here. We'll just go 2 times speed. So I've got free farm. That's fine and all. But I remember making a couple moderate mistakes this game while I played it. I was kind of tired the other night when I played it, but I made a couple moderate mistakes, and I wanted to just look over those and talk about them and just teach you guys a little bit from my mistakes. One other thing I want to mention is that as you get higher level into gameplay, if you guys didn't know, I think my MMR rating is top 1% somewhere in there, and it's actually a lot higher than that. It's more like 0.25% or higher for pub rating. So I'm pretty highly skilled in terms of pub games. So when we talk about skill level at this high level, the differences become quite severe in terms of what changes somebody from being a good player to being a average crappy player. What I'm basically trying to say is like 98% of the skill curve is just getting basic mechanics down and getting basic skill builds down and getting basic item builds down. Once you get into the upper echelons of the skill curve, it becomes much harder to improve. So what I basically want to focus on is things that are really small and a little harder to see, and things that might seem very small at lower levels, but at higher levels it makes a big difference. So this guy just showed up in his lane. He's actually level 2, so I finally can cast my Banish on him. I will be able to get some mana from this. I think I talked about Mechanism last time I made a video with Tranquil Boots and getting mana. I don't remember if I did that or not, but in the last video that I made, but the idea is that you should get Tranquil Boots and a Buckler because you can proc more levels of Essence Aura to get your mana pool up, but really hard to last under tower here, by the way. And Darkseer Iron Shell is actually pretty scary. So I tried to make sure that my salve would go all the way through here, and it did. Luckily OD's base damage is really high, so it's not too terrible to last under tower unless I miss one of those. And he's doing a nice job cutting creeps because that's going to cost me HP regen. So I'm going to buy Tranquil Boots first. Yeah, last hitting. Alright, I don't think this is very constructive to watch this, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I hope this doesn't bother you guys too much. If you want to watch the replay, I'm putting the drop-down box below. If you want to watch the whole gameplay from my perspective, you can, but I feel like this is wasting time for what I actually want to talk about right now. So, we'll skip ahead a little bit. I am still in my lane. I have 33 last hits. I have a buckler, I have a tranquil boots, I've got free farm. This is really good last hits for 5 minutes. If we skip ahead again, see where we're at. I think I'm just going to go free camera. 41 last hits. Not a huge increase for 2 minutes. And I almost have mech. This is the part where I almost got a kill on the Darkseer. I think maybe I should have stayed closer for Astral. He actually didn't have boots. Let's watch that again. I guess I might as well look at a mistake like that. Alright. There's Sunstrike, couple orbs. I used my ulti because I thought I was going to kill him, but his int is actually pretty good here. And rather than throwing that attack... Okay, I didn't have it anyways. I wouldn't have been able to get the Astral off in time. I thought we were going to be able to kill him, but apparently not. I don't quite hit hard enough. Anyways. So the moment I wanted to talk about... First of all, one mistake I made was I didn't disassemble my Tranquil Boots to use this Ring of Regen. I bought an extra one. So that slowed my farm by about 175 gold because I ended up selling it later. Because I guess I could have saved it for Force Staff. I didn't think about that. I think I did eventually make a Force Staff this game. But mech is flying out. And this may not be the most situational thing. Let's just pause for a second and talk about this. Picking up a mech this early in the game is extremely useful. It is really, really strong. The reason being, if we look at my free farm here, there are some carries that getting a mech on him are actually pretty useful. Examples of this, Necrolite, OD, Viper can make it, Razor can make it if he wants to. There's a lot of heroes that can kind of anywhere between kind of and can carry that can pick up mech that makes them really strong. If we look at my supports or my allies right now, they probably don't have very much HP. Sand King is sitting at 720, and our other supporter Shadow Demon is sitting at 625. So 250 HP heal at this stage in the game is really, really strong. OD, unlike some carries, actually is decent early game, and I made even more decent by having a mech. And by decent, I mean how good are you at doing stuff, and this can mean a variety of different stuff, whether it means like DPSing or farming or killing heroes, but largely you want to... A lot of carries are mostly valued right now for their teamfight potential, and that's something you should always be aware of, is how strong you are in teamfights. Because if I can, let's say I'm a Tide, for example, if I hit level 6, I am all of a sudden really, really useful, because I can swing teamfights, I can get us kills and prevent them from getting kills, and hopefully that'll give us a chance of winning the game. So what ends up happening in a second here is a teamfight ended up happening on the top lane, and I had a mech, and I don't think I showed up to the fight, and I think that was a big mistake. So I think it was about right here. So as soon as this happened, I wasn't watching the map, of course, because I'm bad, but I already have my mech finished. I did have a TP scroll, which is good of me. I should have probably had a wand as well, but I do have a TP scroll, and as soon as Luna got disrupted here, if I was paying attention, I should have teleported. I didn't necessarily know that there would be more heroes or something, but I mean, I guess I technically I didn't have to teleport because they should be able to finish this themselves, but first Burrow Strike. Alright, they got the kill 100%. Maybe I'm thinking about a different fight. They're like all about diving here. Okay, so this is kind of how stuff happened. I was like, maybe should have showed up to that fight. But basically everybody TP'd except for me. Basically, this guy really, that was a mistake. I think he should have disrupted himself. Maybe not. That works. It's actually going pretty well for them. Like, I literally still didn't TP. Their entire enemy team was there. That was good. That was a good eclipse. Okay, so this is how the Luna cleaned up. Like, I probably should have teleported for this. I guess it's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say right now. That's the main problem that I'm finding right now. Rather than TPing and showing up, I just continue to last hit. One of the hardest things as a carry is knowing when to actually go show up to team fights. And even watching the replay now, I don't even know if I made the wrong decision. When I played it live, I was like, wow, I definitely should have gone. But watching it now, it's really hard to say whether I should have shown up or not. If we look at how the fight started again, Luna died immediately, and then they pushed after the supports in the jungle. I had no idea. Like, looking at this right now, this looks like, yeah, they're going to kill Shadow or Rubik, and then it's over. That's what it looks like completely. But, like, knowing when to show up to your team fight is really big. And it's one of the things that really separates amazing pro-level players from a higher-level pub player, something like that. Like, if I knew that I could have gone, I could have TP'd to the top lane, and I maybe could have helped out kills. And that's why it's scary. Like, sometimes I've always done this thing where I like bounce between feeling like I'm good at this and feeling like I'm bad at this. Because some games I'll teleport immediately. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to help my team. I'm going to help my team. And then you show up and you misread the situation a little bit and the team fight ends or they break apart. So like looking at it from my vision right now, if I can look at Radiant, does this work? It's not actually alternating fog for me. Maybe it's because it's... Yeah, okay, it's because the game was paused. So if I look at our vision right now, it looks like we're going to be able to kill this Rubik. I don't know why these two heroes are really elongated, but... Oops, let's press play for a second. Alright, there we go. Nope, I don't want you guys elongated. What if we do this? Alright, these guys are freaking out. Anyways... looking at this here, it just looks like a dead support hero. And this doesn't really look worth TPing on. And also another thing to really keep in mind about this analyzation of a team fight, it's actually really far away from me. Like, the tower is here. I would have to teleport to this point. They're all the way over here, so this would take me at least 10 seconds to get to the fight. So unless I really think some major crap is going down, it's kind of dangerous for me even to TP to this. I didn't know Viper was coming. If there was a lane ward and we saw the Viper TP in, that's something that could say, okay, there's going to be more fight. Viper TP'd in. He's going to fight. Therefore, I should show up. Those little things can, that extra information can make my decision making easier about whether it's a good thing for me to show up, for example. So if we watch how the team fight plays out again, it works out really nice for Rubik. We get Rubik killed and they're going to retreat. They didn't want to engage anymore. And then Viper gets spotted, which, oh, that disruption was actually really bad now that I look at it. Not only he could have disrupted himself and kept himself alive. Not that he's gonna die, but wow, he really wanted that kill. I think he also could have stunned. So the reason the disruption was bad, if we take a look at that again, I guess it's just becoming like a replay analyzation, but whatever. This is what I kind of feel like doing right now. First off, okay, the Viper ulti hits him. Whatever. It's kind of hard to dodge it sometimes. Rather than disrupting the Viper, I think he should have disrupted himself because he could have protected himself against 2.5 seconds worth of Viper damage, which is not insignificant damage. It's like 200 damage or something like that. So I think he should have disrupted himself instead of the Viper, especially because the stun came from Sven immediately afterwards. On the bright side, the Sand King was able to channel his ulti very easily, so pretty easy kill there, and they almost got the Darkseer as well, but I guess this guy was attacking movement as well, he might have gotten it. There's a couple small things that might have made the difference. But if I knew that all this action was going to happen, I would have showed up. And what would have happened? I could have walked in, I could have popped a mech that would have healed up Sand King, I could have healed Shadow Demon, I could have healed Sven, and there's a chance that they could have casted a spell and just gotten extra mana. And if we look at Sand King right now, he's out of mana, Shadow Demon is out of mana, and Sven is mostly just dead. So it would have been really good for me to show up. I got all this free farm, I picked up this mech already, and TPing to the team fight would have been really, really useful. But it's hard to know when to go. So I guess it's kind of a lesson of lane wards being really good, possibly some aggression. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I just kind of, it's good that I looked this over because I thought for sure when I played it, I was like, I should have shown up to that team fight. But looking at it now, it looks like maybe I made the right decision. It's like the team fight just continued without my expectation. So that's how you separate really the best players. Like when they always show up at the perfect time. Like if I TP too early or if I TP too late, I lose CS. That's oftentimes why it scares me to go to lane all the time. Like if I show up and nothing happens and I'm like, oh, I could have gotten 8 last hits bottom and then I would have had a wand finished, or like I would have gotten my force staff 2 minutes earlier and that might have kept me alive that one time that they ganked me. You know, it's like it's a really rolling ball, so these little decisions really make a big difference. So that's the first major mistake that I made this game. Let's speed up ahead and see how else the rest of the game goes. I was quite sure at the time. I think I don't remember if I ended up TPing, but right here, look at that. She got a triple, by the way. She cleaned up on everybody. After she killed the so that was Luna killing the Invoker. Oops, we missed that. Should watch that as well. He tried to get the Jakiro, which he did get, but this means that Luna is going to be able to clean up on him. So again, I still could have shown up. As soon as Sven died, I could have teleported. And then they lost 3 heroes. Like, giving the enemy carry a triple kill like that when he was 0, 2, and 1 is just a big loss for us. And if I just would have shown up for that fight, like, instant regret. Big regret. So much regret from that. I pick up treads, ring of protection, whatever. So in the meantime, I got last hits, which is nice and all, but me being able to prevent a triple kill like that would have been more important than anything else that I could have done. So that was pretty unfortunate, quite a point of regret for me as the carry, because I definitely let my team down a little bit there. Alright, and then finally, they're looking like they're going to have action again. This time I teleport, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to like mess up this time. And then what happens? I get to the lane, team fight's over. Like, it's so tough It's very tough to know sometimes when it's time to fight. But they actually spotted out the Jakiro, so there's a good spot with Shadow Poison there. We should be able to kill him quite easily. And I picked up the kill there. So that was okay. We finally showed up. If we can take this tower really quickly, it'll all be worth it here. We get the tower. Bot tower is being dived. Unfortunately, I TP'd to the top lane, so now I can't go bottom. I remember this moment. I was so sad. Viper does a lot of damage level 4. Let's see where else I went. Now I'm kind of just running across the map. And it looks like we're going to lose the tower. I really want to defend this, but I didn't get there in time. So, yeah, quite a few mistakes here. Teleporting to top to take the tower I think was a waste of my time. I got last hits, but I sold him from the Sven instead. And I didn't really need to be there to kill the Jakiro. He was going to die no matter what. So, I left my lane, and then I had no TP school, and they pushed bot. So it's like, these little decisions make a big, big impact. If we look at my GPM at the moment. Oops. There we go. I'm still at the top because I did get free farm, but it hurts you in the long run. I could have gotten kills. I'm 1-0-0 and I have 80 CS, which is really, really good, I think, but could have been going better. In case I mentioned the buckler and the tranquil thing and you guys were a little confused about how cool that is, basically every time you activate a mana, if you activate an item that costs mana, it counts as a spell cast, I believe. Now I'm showing up to the team fight. Team fight stagnates. I wasted my time, and now I gotta leave. So again, there's about 8 CS. Making another mistake about whether the team fight's gonna happen. And this helps a lot if you have communication as well. If I talk to my allies and I'm like, the guys don't go in, I don't really want. Or if they say, okay, I'm not going in, then I know not to chase. So things like that would help. Okay, the reason it's cool. Items that cost mana to cast. Tranquil Boots, Buckler. They give you a chance to proc Essence Aura. If I pop Mech, that gives me a chance to proc Essence Aura as well. All of these things work to proc Essence Aura. Able to take the tower. I did a little banish there so that he wasn't able to deny me no matter what. And I picked up an ultimate orb because I wanted to go sheep right after. I probably should have force staffed immediately, but I was a little unhappy with my int total. My ulti against the Darkseer earlier was really annoying that it didn't do more damage, so I wanted to go for a fast sheep stick. Additionally, they also have a Luna, so getting a hard disable like that against an enemy carry could also be really, really big. So I remember all the other parts I messed up now, so we'll fast forward to some of them. It has to do with sheep stick. We're just gonna like jump forward a whole bunch. You know what? That looks like a team fight. Let's see what happened for the lead up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So pushing the tier 2 tower. I remember this point in the game. I was like, what? How did bad things happen? I remember bad things happening. Senking dove really far. Okay, and the banish. That was really cool. Okay, so that's what happened. Tried to kill the Luna. Luna ran away. And I completely forgot to mech. Awesome. So good. So basically, we got the Jakiro disrupted. It was a Burrow Strike offensive from Sanking, but the Rubik actually still had my Astral Imprisonment from some time. It looks like he actually restole it here. We still had Astral, which makes him like a Shadow Demon. And that is why I died. That's why we all died. So, things not looking so good for us. That's kind of a weird team fight. I think it was a mistake for Sanking to go that deep, but he didn't really know that Rubik was going to have the Astral, so it's a little understandable that things turned out like that. So back to farming now. We didn't really have a successful push there. I still have good last hits, but my KD isn't that great. I don't think my decision making was the best in that fight either, because I completely didn't even mech my allies. But so team fight going on in the mid lane. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, such a good vacuum.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was pretty happy that he decided to walk towards us.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I got blocked by the Sven. I don't know why he ran into this one. It was pretty silly. I almost guessed it Astral on that guy. That was... I do not know why I astraled myself. Not so sure about that one. Could have astraled an ally. I think I did okay that fight, except I should have saved astral for something. I think I was worried about like getting ultied by Viper or something like that, so I astraled myself. So my HP is a little low. I'm not really sure. I was a little too scared in that fight. So we're gonna speed this up some more. I think I want to jump ahead quite a bit actually. This is going to show you a couple intricate things that I see sometimes in high-level games that I still can't pull off well at all, or even close to being able to pull off. I feel like I really need to work on my reflexes. It's something that is pretty weak. Farming, killing camp. So let's speed forward a little bit. Okay, so from here on out, I've got a sheep stick. This really changes a lot how you should play the hero, basically. You should focus him a lot more on shutting down core heroes in team fights. And the main heroes that I think it's important to... That's a little bit of a bug. The main heroes that you want to focus on for a team fight is you either hex the Luna before she ults or BKBs, or before she BKBs, or you hex the Darkseer as he surges forward to get a vacuum wall off. If you can shut him down from doing that, it completely swings the team fight, because a hero like Darkseer is almost never going to build a BKB. So if you can either hex or silence him as he decides to start the fight, you should win, because then you basically take that out of the fight, or at least the best part of the fights, the juiciest part of the fights are the first 5 seconds or so, when everybody's about to use all their cooldowns. If you can kill them, or delay that so it's not all comboing together, it gives your team a big advantage. So if you're ever playing a hero like OD that has a silence, or a disable, you almost always, especially like an item disable, like a Hex or an Orchid, they're a lot better and more important against heroes like Darkseer because their range is a lot higher. Most spells have a range of about 600 or so. It's about the same as your attack range. The range on Hex is, I believe, either 900. I should really look this up. I think it's either 900 or 1200. Play Dota.com. Just pull up the old side of ice. Does it have the range? Do not see the range on the item. Click on it again, I guess. Hex active.
Radiant structures are fortified.
800. Okay, 800 cast range. There it is. That was good. I like that disable on myself. Oh, how did I die so fast? Is the illusions? Did I even get my BKB off? Now the illusions are just wrecking face. So I ended up dying again. I did get my ulti off. I think my disruption was fine on myself there. Let's skip forward again. Okay, so actually I want to see how that team fight started. I think I missed my hex there. I should have hexed. Okay, so let's look at this team fight really slowly and see what I should have done that I probably messed up. So teleporting in, gonna defend the tower. First of all, I should have teleported the tier 2, so my allies were coming. I'll talk about that for just a second, but when you TP to a building, it takes like 2.5 seconds or whatever. If the next person that comes gets extra time added on top of that. So if I teleport to the tower that's immediately about to be defended, that means that I'm going to be delaying my allies coming who are actually farther away. So if I would have teleported the tier 2 early and then gotten position manually by walking in, then my allies could TP last second and fight. So that was the first big mistake that I made. Ailson even said TP to the tier 2, but I accidentally did. Or screwed up for a second and TP to the tier 1. So waiting on the glyph here, I was considering denying this, but it was probably a little too aggressive, and because of that they're going to be able to get into range of me. Through the ice path, I actually walked into it, and right here I did dodge the dual breath, and I guess they're going to get the wall combo off. I should have been looking to hex, like as of this moment right here where I'm coming out, I should be looking to hex the Darkseer. He's level 14, he's definitely got wall vacuum, he hasn't cast it yet, and I need to shut him down or at least stop him from casting it before the teamfight happens. But the first thing I did was ulti. That was fine. But right here I should have hexed. Instead what I did was right click. And him just getting the vacuum as well as the wall. Okay, it was Glaives and Eclipse that killed me. All because of that, I got disabled for a quarter of a second. And then I wasn't able to pop my mech. I mean, that's at least part of the reason why things went bad. So, like, when you grab an item like a sheep stick or an orchid, having extra reaction time just makes the item way more strong, honestly, at higher levels of play. And just, like, knowing when to cast it makes a big difference. So, if I would have hexed that Darkseer, there's a high chance that I probably would have survived. And it's like, it's such a small timing window as well, and it's always so like busy. It only takes like a little bit of a mess up to completely swing the team fights. And that's something that I don't do a lot when I really should. I should be a lot more conscious about my decision making in fights. I should like walk into a fight and be like, okay, they have a Darkseer, I need to hex the Darkseer, I need to hex the Darkseer. A lot of the time what I do is I just like fight a fight and I like play it. I don't like plan ahead that well. You have to like predict what your opponents are going to do, and you have to counter them actively. You go for like the core heroes, like in super high level pro games, they always try to burst down a Magnus, for example. They say, okay, we got to kill Magnus no matter what in the first 4 seconds so that he can stop an RP, because we stop RP, that's a big advantage to our team. I'm still definitely in the phase where I just try to kill squishy heroes. I'm like, oh, it's a squishy hero, let's kill them. Alright, let's look at this team fight quick. I'm quite at the back of the fight here. Did I banish him? Oh god, I almost did. I did hex him at least. So he's dead. That looks fine. Well, we won that fight quite easily. I think my hex was a bit of a waste there, personally. One thing about mecha does limit your damage output a little bit. It's only 5 int. Something like a sheep stick really gives you a lot more damage. It's one downside to grabbing mech early. Still, the survivability is what you're buying. You're buying the AoE heal, and hopefully you'll be able to get advantage using that in team fights, unlike I did early game. So far, like a couple mistakes. It hasn't been like super bad, but I mean, I could have absolutely destroyed this game. If I would have shown up top and gotten kills and saved allies, and stopped the Luna from getting a triple kill, she would have like less farm than me, guaranteed. She would be still 0, 2, and 1, because she really didn't do that good in her lane, because we had a better tri lane, so. Trying to spread those out a little bit, get somebody to cast on them. I think they saw that that was an illusion here. Speed up! Takes a long time to kill Ancients to this guy. I also have an Aegis, so... Let's see if there's any other big mistakes that I made. I'm pretty sure there were. I think it's mostly a lot of bad uses of sheep. What if I should just like play Dota games and only get sheep for like a week? That way I can get really good at sheep. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know why I find sheep so hard to use, but I think it definitely takes... So there's a lot of game sense into the item. The 3.5 second hex is so powerful. Alright, now we get to go high ground, yay! Alright, let's see if I mess this one up. So I'm being pretty aggressive because I have Aegis, that's fine. I don't want to take full damage though, either Forge Spirits or the Creep Wave tanking it is better. I want to banish someone if possible. I should hex him probably... maybe right there. My team is sitting back quite a bit here. They whiff the vacuums, we have time for that. I don't think the banish on the Rubik there was useful. But I don't think it's gonna matter. I should have meched that a long time ago. Well, that wasn't too bad. I want to look at that over just one more time. Okay. Alright, major mistakes that I made. Banishing the Rubik. He doesn't actually have BKB up right now. I just wanted to get my int up, basically, and like set up a possible fight. I didn't realize that the epicenter was being channeled already. But on the bright side, he was able to get the damage onto Viper a little bit, so... And that might have actually removed Rubik's aura in the meantime, so it could have been worse, I'm sure. I also hexed over here on Darkseer. I think that time was actually good. I don't know if he was trying to... Let's reduce this a bit. Okay, so that's when the epicenter went in. He didn't have wall or vacuum for about 10 seconds, so I'm going to speed this up just a bit. He could have maybe cast Hex, but he didn't do it. I mean his ulti. That's not too bad. So anyways, we win the team fight, and get more and more kills. I use the Aegis, no problem. And we should be able to take our Rex. But despite having like a crap load of last hits at this point, 245 last hits, I still made a lot of really small mistakes that have pretty serious implications as soon as your opponents make less of those small mistakes than you. So a couple of those things, like using sheep better upon own opponents, like right here. This Darkseer was about to initiate. I should have hexed him as well. Like, I shouldn't have even given him the chance to get that close. Like, watch him running in. As soon as there's a surging Darkseer coming in, he's always going to vacuum wall. Guaranteed. My screen should be a little higher as well, and it's not. It's like right there. He should have gotten hexed right there. And instead I got Ice Path, but luckily the Sand King was paying attention. If Sand King didn't land his Burrow Strike, then it would have been an entire combo. And then I just secured things with the sheep. Might have been a waste to do that. I could have used that on Viper instead, but I don't think the Sven should have teleported. I think that was a mistake. Alright, back up to normal speed. And because we started snowballing a bit with the team fight here, we should be able to just take our Rex. I don't know what our gold is like compared to our opponents. Okay, we did have actually a really big advantage. So from here, they can't really stop us. We're going to be able to win the game. I picked up an Orchid as well for similar things. I just wanted to be able to stop the... I should have hexed him there instead of Orchid. Since he's got a... I knew he had a BKB. Hex over is obviously a lot more useful in that case. But Orchid pretty good against Darkseer. It's another great item for shutting him down. Wanted to try to keep Aosin alive here. So I think that's pretty much the end of the game here. There's not really any real team fights for the rest of this. And that is going to be it. But yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about. Just really small intricacies of carry decisions. TPing to your allies early game during team fights is super important, but making sure that you don't go there too early or too late is all the difference. Communicating with allies helps a lot, and having more ward vision can make a big difference as well. So also as well, like if there's not always time to do it, but if you can ask for your carry to TP, it does help as well. Like, that does assist me sometimes when I'm playing bad if I'm not paying attention, which does happen quite often. If someone just says, hey, come team fight, or like fight, then your carry's more inclined to look at the map or like teleport to the lane and actually help out. So keep that in mind as well. And if you guys are playing carry, try to assist your other lanes, especially if you get free farm like that. I know that's a lot less typical in lower level pub games because dual lanes are so common, but if you do get a lot of farm like that, make sure you do teleport to the other lanes and try to help out, especially if you have an early mech. If you have an early mech, you definitely should, because that 250 HP can easily swing things. So, okay, that's it for the video today. I know it's a little weird, and I'm not completely happy with the format, but better than nothing for today's upload. I'll try to get another video out tomorrow, hopefully something more regular. But I'm going to go play Warcraft 3 Customs with all of our guests, and then hopefully later tonight get some awesome Eastern Qualifier content. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Please follow me on Facebook or Twitter at Purge Gamers, and I will see you guys later. Bye.